Welcome, students. During this class, we will study one of the most interesting and one of the most important topic of electrostatics. After chapter electrostatics, basically we are heading towards some of the most important applications of electrostatics, and one process which is involved in case of construction of a capacitor. Electrostatics is involved, and we will study nowadays. We will come to know that capacitors are playing very much important role in case of construction of capacitors, and some of the electronic devices and circuits are based basically are working on the with the capacitor. And capacitors are playing very much important role in our life nowadays. Either these are electronics items, electrical appliances, these are used in medicine, these are used in medical hospitals and top research laboratories, and even they are also present in case of your washing machine, in case of fans, in case of other electronics appliances which are used in your house. So this shows that these are very much important to understand. For the capacitor, it is very much important to learn about the capacitors. First of all, we will see what the capacitors are. Then we will study about the construction of capacitors, how the capacitors are constructed, and how these capacitors works. First, I have designed a question, that is, what is capacitor? We will come to know what the capacitors are. Then we will discuss the construction of the capacitors, how the capacitors are constructed. Then we will derive expression for capacitance of a capacitor when instead air dielectric is inserted between the two plates, and we will see what's the effect of the medium between the two plates and what the factor the capacitance of the capacitors depends. Now, first of all, let's start with this main definition of the concept. What the capacitors are: a device which is used for storing electric charges is called capacitor. So this is the importance. It is a device which is used for the storing of electric charges, and that device is called capacitors. There are other devices as well, but this device is playing a vital, very much important role for the storage of the charges. And even then, when terminals are disconnected from the battery, you will again see this device is carrying such types of the charges on its plates stored. So first of all, let's see what's the construction. It consists of two parallel plates separated by a small distance. The medium between the two plates is air or a sheet of some insulating material, and we will discuss what's the importance if we are inserting, if we are placing an insulating material between the plates, or the material between the plates, if we replace this with a conducting type of the material, what will be the loss? So this medium is known as, this is a concept of dielectric, this medium is known as dielectric. So here it is. This is the construction of, and we are going to explain it. When a charge Q is transferred to one of the plate A, it will induce minus charge on B. So this is the basic from working on the function of these plates, which I am going to discuss it first. Then we will come back and we will see what's written in the paragraph. So here it is. This was a plate A, and now it is a plate B. What happens? Very interesting and very easy to understand. Look, when we have connected these plates with the terminals of battery, one is connected with the plus, other one is connected with the negative. So this plate, when it is connected with the negative, positive, sorry, it becomes positive. You know what happens? These positive charges present on this plate repel, due to electrostatic force, repel the positive charges on this plate, and these positive charges move to the other side of the plate. And in front of this positive charge, there will be negative charge. Again, this positive charge will repel the other positive charge, and the positive charge will move back of this plate. So uh, and so on. By this way, all types of the charges which are at one of the plate, and due to electrostatics, they are disconnected from each other. There is no electrical contact between each other. So the only process which takes place on these plates is the electrostatic process. These are the charges at rest. They are applying some force. One charge is applying force over another charge. So they are at a smaller, these plates have parallel plates. They are at a very small distance from each other. So what happens when a positive charge is here? This positive charge will repel the other positive charge of the front plate. So this positive charge due to repulsion and electrostatics move to the other side of the plate. So here it will be the negative charge. Again, the same happens with the next charge. Again, the same happens with the next charge. These charges on one of the plates, due to electrostatic force, they repel the other charges. They move to the other side. So here in front of each other, there will be positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. So if there are opposite charges after electrostatic force between the charges, there will be a force of attraction between these two charges. So this force of attraction between two charges will keep them on these plates, even though when you have disconnected this battery from these two plates, you will see that the charges remain at their own plates. So we will discuss in detail how these charges are remaining and look on what the factor these storage of charges on the plates will depend. So this is the most simplest, and this is the most interesting, and this is the most important for our life to understand about the basic principle construction working of these capacitors. So the inner, now look back, the inner surface of other plate B, that is this one B, by electrostatic induction, it will induce charge Q minus Q on inner surface of the charge plate B. How it is induced, I have already discussed. This negative positive will repel the other positive, it will move to the other side. Now the charges on this plate will be positive, and in front of the B plate that will be negative. So commonly the capacitor is commonly charged. This capacitor is commonly charged by connecting its plates to the terminal of a battery. We have connected these plates to the terminal of the battery. These are the terminal of the battery. We have connected these plates to the terminal of the battery. In this way, some of the electrons are transferred through the battery to one of the plate capacitor, like in this case, positive plate. And the charges Q and minus Q appears on the plate. The mutual attraction, the mutual attraction between the charges keep them wound on the inner surface of the plates, and thus the charge remains stored in the capacitor even though after removal of the battery. So this is the concept how the charges are stored due to electrostatics force a repulsion between the charges at the initial stage. This positive repel the other positive, there will be a negative charge, and this negative and positive charges will be present due to the force of attraction between the two. So they will remain at their own plates, because there is no any type of conductor connected between the two plates. Due to this force of attraction, they will remain at their plates. So this is the concept of storing the charges on two plates. So the capacitance of the capacitor, the capacity of a capacitor to store charges is called capacitance. It varies from situation to situation. It varies from capacitor to capacitor. All the capacitors are not carrying the same amount of charges. Some are depending on their requirement. Some are very small level, used to store small quantity of the charges. Some of the capacitors are having large values of storage of the charges. They depend on their demand. They depend upon their usage. From at what stage they are used, they are labeled with some indicators. So we will study how these capacitors are labeled and how we will come to know which side of the capacitor is positive and which one will be negative. So these are interesting to come. But first of all, let's again see on these plates. When these plates are connected with the battery, what happens and how the charges are stored on the battery. This is the most important thing to understand. When these positive charges come on Due to the connection of this plate with the terminal, it becomes positive, and this positive repel the other positive charges on the inner side of plate P. Then the positive charges will move to the other side, then remaining charges will be the negative. So these are on one plate, inner side of one plate, they are positive. On the other side of the inner B plate, inner side of the B plate, there will be negative. Now there will be a force of attraction between positive and negative, which will exist and which will keep these charges bound on these surface. So this way, the charges are stored on these plates. So when these charges will be stored more and when it will be stored less, and what will happen if we change the medium between the charges and what the factor, it will depend. So at the same time, we have discussed another factor, the capacity of a capacitor. This is we will see on what the factor it depends. The capacity of the capacitors to store the charges, that is called is capacitance. Less is the capacity, less will be the capacitance. More is the capacity, more will be the capacitance of the capacitor to store the charges. So it means it depends on the requirement, usage, and application. Where you need to is more amount of energy is required, you need to increase the capacitance. Where you need less amount of energy, you have to keep the smaller in size. We will see different shapes and sizes of the capacitors which are used in the circuit, and you will come to know how to identify where the capacitors are used. Now, here it is. This is the formula. Capacitance, capacitor, the potential difference V between the plates to increasing, keep on increasing, charges potential difference will keep on increasing. In other words, the charge Q on the plates of a capacitor is directly proportional to the electric potential difference between the two plates. So look at, we come back, more the charges are stored on the plates, more will be the potential, more will be the amount of energy stored on the plate. It means more will be the potential, uh, presence of the potential on these plates. More the charges, more will be the potential difference increasing. Less of the charges, less will be the amount of energy on the charges, means less will be the potential difference. So here it is. So the capacitor is directly proportional to electric potential between the two plates. It means more the charges are stored on the plate, more will be the potential across the plates. No, now the less will be the charges in the plates, less will be the potential across the plates. So here it is. If you look at Q is equal to CV, and this C is basically capacitance of the capacitors. If you look at C, that is equal to Q divided by this Q divided by V. This is the ratio between the charges stored on the plate and the potential difference due to these charges. So this is the capacitance. More is the ratio, more will be the capacitance. Means more of the charges are stored, then the more amount of the potential will develop, and this will be the capacitance of the capacitor. So if you look at, this is the space I am getting. So the unit of capacitance is farad. If it is 1 farad, then how will you define? That is 1 coulomb, 1 divided by 1 volt. This is the 1 volt, and this is the 1 coulomb charge. Then the 1 coulomb charge across the two plates produces a potential difference of 1 volt. Then the capacitance of the capacitor will be 1 farad. To the other side, if 1 volt potential difference across the two plates of a parallel plate capacitor, and potential difference of the charges on the plates is stored is 1 coulomb, then its capacitance will be 1 farad. Now let's move ahead. So here it is, where C is the constant. It will be constant for these plates, and we will see on the what the factor it depends for a certain design type of the capacitors called capacitance of the capacitor. So the capacitance is thus defined as the ratio between magnitude of the charge, I have already done in the previous, on either of the plates to the potential difference produced between the two plates. Here it is. If you look at, this is the ratio between the charges on the plates and the potential difference across the plates. This is basically called capacitance, and is the capacity of the capacitor to store the charges. So Here it is on what the factor this capacitance of the capacitor depends. So here it is one, it depends on area of the plates. More is the area, more will be the amount of capacitance of the capacitors. The distance between the two plates. If you increase the distance between the two plates, of course it will result in decreasing the electrostatic force. So that's why the capacitance will decrease due to an increase of the gap of the space between the plates. Number three is the medium dielectric between the two plates. It also depends. You have ever seen most of the time you have done some of the experiments during your early age. You have done so many adventures with electronic items. You must have seen you have broken some of the capsule types of the objects from the electronic circuit. You have seen there was a wet oily type of the layer, paper sheets inside uh, the capsule. So that wet type of the material was basically dielectric between the two plates. So it depends on the medium on the dielectric between the two plates. So here it is. On what the factor this capacitance of the capacitance depends. Basically, now we are with the three factors. Number one is area of the plate. Number two is the distance between the two plates. Number three is the medium between the plates. So here are the three factors on which if the medium is dielectric, then it will also depend how much charges you are storing within the plates. If the separation between the two plates is increased, it will result in decreasing the capacitance of the capacitor. If the area of the plate is more than more number of charges, here if the area is 1 meter, 1 centimeter square, then the number of charges will be less. If you are increasing by two number of charges and this plate will increase, the same will happen to the other side. So means area of the plate, if anyone asks you how will you increase the capacitance of a capacitor, then this will be your answer. We will increase the area of the plate, we will decrease the distance between the plates, and we will consider the dielectric, a perfect type of the dielectric in case of the capacitors. Now substituting the value here it was capacitance, that is C, it is equal to Q divided by V. So here it is. If you substitute V is equal to 1 in this formula, if you then this V is equal to 1, Q is equal to C. This Q will be equal to C. It implies that if the potential difference between the plate of a capacitor is 1 volt, the potential difference between the two plates is 1 volt, like this you have placed is 1, then the amount of charge stored on its plates will be equal to its capacity. Whatsoever the number of charges that is stored in the plate, that will be its capacity. What's the unit of capacitance? The unit of capacitance is called farad, and it's written as F. And if anyone asks you how will you define 1 farad, when 1 coulomb charge is stored in the plate produces a potential difference of 1 volt, then the capacitance of the plate parallel plate capacitors will be 1 farad. So this is the unit of capacitance. 1 farad is defined as, how will you define 1 farad? I have already defined, which stored a charge of 1 coulomb, then connected to a battery of potential difference 1 volt. Basically, you have provided a 1 volt potential difference, and this results in storage of 1 coulomb charge on the plate parallel plates. So this shows that this is basically, so here it is. If 1 volt potential difference stores 1 coulomb charge on the plate, then the capacitance will be 1 farad. So here are some units. We will complete our today's topic up to this limit. So here it is. Submultiples of farads are microfarad 10 raised to power minus 6 and picofarad 10 raised to power minus 12. These are different types of the units used to show the capacitance of the capacitors. So with this, today's class ends. I hope you people have understood today's topic. From where we have started with the importance, the applications of this small capsule type structure in case of electronics, and it is playing very much important role in electronics. First we have defined what the capacitor is. Now from this we have defined what the capacitor is. It's a device used to store the charges. Then we have discussed about the construction of the capacitors, and then we have done some explanation how the charges are stored on the plates, and what the factor is playing to store the charges, electrostatics. And then we came to define, we have defined further the capacitance of the capacitor. Then we have discussed mathematical formula for the capacitors. And after discussing the mathematical formula for the capacitance of the capacitors, we have discussed the unit of the capacitance. It's on what the factor it depends, area of the plates, distance between the plates, and then medium between the two plates. Finally, we have discussed a special case when it will be 1 farad to define the capacitance of a capacitor. That is 1 farad. Then finally, we have seen what type of the other units are used in for the capacitors. With this, today's class ends. I thank you very much for your patience. Hope you will have understood today's most important topic.